This is Gilmer, and this is my Let's Play of Rise of Prussia. This is episode 14, and I want you to take a very long look at this guy right here. He is who I have decided would take the place of Gessler, so I formed a corps around him, and he is not that bad of a general, but he is actually, I did not realize that, he does not provide very much command points, so we will find somebody else to put some of these in with. I didn't realize that at all. He's still over, he's at 20%, so let's move some more. Let's move this formation. And he's still at 14%. That's annoying. Sorry. Windows. Get Microsoft Office 365. Well, I like Microsoft Office, but I am not ready to just buy it. Weimar Hussaren. That's light cavalry. Let's use him. He's still at 8%, and he still has some to give. Let's give him some cuirassiers. Sorry. It's just the way it is. Okay, so now we're ready to move. Everybody is on offensive maneuvers. Let's go ahead and shit. I don't really want to move him 16 days, but I guess I will. What is it, 30 days? How many days does it get to? Okay, let's just go to Prague. And then after I go to Prague, I'm going to try to circle around and take him on, destroy his abilities to fight, and hold on a second. Sorry about that. I had to sneeze, sniffle, whatever. And yeah, he's ready to move. Hold on a second. Let's make sure he's on synchronized movement. He is not, so now we will move him to here. We'll pick up this guy, and then we'll be ready to move on towards... Yeah, I don't like that. It's time to get out of Dodge. As soon as I move this guy, the Russians will come in. But I can't justify leaving them there with no supplies, and I haven't looked, but I'm almost positive that the first number is actual supplies and the second number is ammunition, and I can't justify leaving them there because they're running out of supplies. So that's crazy. We can train some stuff. Let's do that. It's all Hanoverian except Prussian cavalry. Prussian. I did choose those last turn. So we're doing that. Or not last turn, but last episode. Let's look over here. This guy's still very full. Got plenty of supply in that region. Let's see if we can't take Frankfurt and der Main. No, Frankfurt and Main. Sorry about that. Excuse me. I don't know what it is. I'm needing to burp or something. Let's move Frederick the Great down to here to Recklinghausen, and then we will move to Duisburg, and then to Weasel, whatever it's called. Not much going on there. This guy has still not able to do anything to Lubeck. And I moved my microphone into a slightly different place so that you could hear me a little bit better. I was listening to some of my Let's Plays or Let's Play videos and I could hardly hear myself, so I wanted to put the microphone a little bit closer to my mouth. If you hear me breathing through my mouth, I'm sorry about that. Sometimes I do. When I'm talking, I sometimes breathe through my mouth. I'm sorry. Sometimes I breathe through my nose. I'm not a mouth breather. Stop making any jokes. But I do sometimes pull in air through my mouth, so you can probably hear that, and I apologize for anything like that. I wish I was some kind of expert on sound mixing and I would drown the sound out or take it out, but I don't know how to do that, so I am stuck with just sticking the microphone right in front of my face and talking. So I guess that's about it. Let's look at the victory screen. 121 to 84. I kind of expected that, but it'll start going back up again. As I said, my strategy, I have the map zoomed in very close, but I'm going to zoom it out for just a second just to kind of show you. This area right here is where Kurt von Schwerin is. I'm going to move him north to Sweden and possibly, hopefully, take Stralsund and knock Sweden out of the war. Frederick is over here in Munster. I'm moving him down through here and then hopefully up over, well, west to Duisburg and then northwest to Weasel, so that he can attack the troops there and hopefully relieve the siege of Weasel. James Keith is in Torgau, which is right here in the central map region. I've actually plotted a move for him to come down to Prague. That'll take 2 turns. Wukenau, excuse me, sorry about that. Wukenau is down here. I actually have just plotted a move to go into Frankfurt am Main region, and he will seize the fortress there. And then, of course, Heinrich von Preußen was here in Koenigsberg. I've moved him back to Elbing, and then probably back somewhere, maybe Kohlberg, somewhere here, so he can kind of overwatch this region in case the Russians decide to move. But it's very surprising to me that I cannot get any supply there. I don't understand it. It says supply stocks plus 171, but I don't see that actually happening. So let's zoom back in. Sorry about that. It might have been hard to read, but I wanted to give kind of an overall strategy. So zooming back out again, I just want to kind of do my overall strategy. Frederick's in the west. He's going to try to neutralize the French threat. Kurt von Schwerin is sort of in the central region, but sort of more to the northeast. I'm going to move him north and try to deal with the Swedish threat. And then James Keith here is right here in the almost complete center, and I'm going to move him down to Prague. I keep saying Prague because it looks like Prague, but it's really Prague, the city. I know what Prague is, and I know where it is somewhat, but that's Prague. I'm going to move him down here, and then from there I'm going to threaten into Austria. He's the main army that I have, the strongest army that I have. He has about 65 to 70,000 troops. He is my best general. He's my best army commander, really. He's really even better than Frederick the Great. And that's about it. I have some troops here in Stettin to kind of offset Sweden right now for now, just to make sure that they don't break out down here into the Berlin area. And that's about it. So it's early March. Let's take a look at how many turns. It's turn 37, 140 turns remain. And we have probably about, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 or 8 months of decent weather to fight the war. Let's see if we can't cause them some headaches and heartaches. Let's go. So I'm going to execute the turn. Been watching that Random Gamers Let's Play of Pride of Nations, which is another Age-Odd engine or game using a slightly different version of Athena. I think they called it Athena 2 actually. And it's kind of got me interested in Pride of Nations again because I actually have that game and I have the expansion Scramble for Africa that I think starts in 1870. And excuse me. Um, yeah, it's a very interesting game. It has a lot of factions, a lot of playable nations, and I was looking to see if. Well, look at that. We're getting snow. That ain't right. I mean, I guess it's okay. We what we'll do is with him see if we can't just come up here to Wazel and what? They don't have any supply either. What the hell is going on here? They should have plenty of supply. And don't give me it's because they're sieged. If you have the river here, he cannot keep it from getting supply, and it's supposed to actually build supply on its own. I think a size 3 city. I think it's supposed to be producing supply on its own. What do we have over here? They're still moving. That's okay. They'll take about 8 days. They'll probably lose some to attrition. Still no supply here. Kurt von Schwerin is at Frankfurt an der Oder. I don't know if that's the Frankfurt we know of today or not, but it's one of the Frankfurts. He looks like he's fully supplied. He's got his whole army there, so we'll just leave him there for this turn. James Keith. There's a little bit of supply there. How long does it say it's going to take him to get there? 23 days. How much supply is there? Let's is that all he has? Okay. That's it. So we'll let Keith sit here on some supply. That's not really enough to really keep him fully supplied, but he has supply with him, so he'll be okay. Kurt von Schwerin's in a city. Frederick the Great's going to move to Wazel, which doesn't have any supply. That's just not right. I don't know what's going on there. There's a reason that the French want this, obviously. They want it because there's supposed to be a kind of a supply depot for their attack further into further into Germany and Prussia. Doesn't make any sense. But, alright. F5. 120 to 85. Still losing. National morale. Von Brunk and Sheila, I don't know. Prince Xavier's army. On March 11, 1758, a convention was signed between France, Saxony, and Austria, whereby 10,000 Saxons were to be engaged with the French against Hanover. These 15 battalions and 12 regiments were under the command of Xavier of Saxony, Prince of Lusitania. Now Lusatia, I'm sorry. Hey, I was supposed to get some English troops over here somewhere. Where are they? Where are they? Surely that's not it. Oh, they were supposed to come in at Bremen. Oh, here they are. Alright. Of course, I can't do anything with them right now. I wonder how long he's been there. And oh, nice. A 2-star. What's his numbers? 311. Oh well. You do what you fight with what you brung, or whatever they say. Let's see. See how this guy's looking. He's lost 400 to attrition and cohesion losses. It takes him 22 days to get back here. Well, I can't afford to leave him sitting there. I mean, if the next turn is winter as well, then he's in deep shit. He's in the shit. So I'm going to move him back, and really that's about it. That's about all I can do, to be quite honest. Let's see. Not much going on there. What do replacements look like? Prussian elite infantry. Let's see if we can build a depot battalion. See, these are grenadiers. I don't know that. Well, it says they're elite. Let's buy a depot battalion of grenadiers. Put them right here. And that's about it. So let's save that turn. And, yeah, let's execute. There's not really much more I can do. Frederick the Great will probably get into a battle if he moves eight, you know, it said 8 days. Hopefully he'll take just 8 days to get there, and he'll fight them, and he'll fight them off, and Weasel will be relieved, and maybe supply will start going there. I don't know. This game has had a lot of trouble with supply issues over the years, and they patch it and they patch it, and they never could seem to get some of the supply issues right. That's kind of why sometimes I play on easy supply if I can. Because it just doesn't make any sense sometimes for a size 3 city to not have any supply. I mean, I know there's besieged, but it's supposed to be generating supply. I wish I knew what the name of this guy was. I think he's a Frenchman. I think he's French. He could be he could be the Austrian guy. I'm not sure. Either way, Weasel, maybe it's Vasil, will be relieved. The siege will be broken. Come on. Sound like an echo there. Quit the field, you bastard. There you go. Of course, I didn't destroy any units. I lost, it says I lost more hit points or whatever. 117 to 104, but he lost more men and more horses. Frederick the Great, he doesn't play. He doesn't play these little games that you other generals play. He plays for Lewald retires. He's up there with Heinrich von Preußen. Field Marshal von Lewald is retired from active duty because of poor health. They sure do have a lot of guys that have poor health. The Battle of Ile Dykes. Battle of Ile Dykes off the coast of La Rochelle. English Admiral Hawke with a squadron of 7 ships of the line and 3 frigates attack a French convoy of 40 ships bound for Louisburg, protected by 5 ships of the line and 6 frigates. All the French ships are driven ashore. So that should mean I should get some kind of flavor event. Blah, blah. and my morale has decreased again. 120 to 83. I don't know if that, how much I lost there. I thought it was already 120. Oh, I gained 5 morale from that battle. Air control of Region Wesel has increased to 100 at day 15. That's because we drove them out. Frankenstein brigades, Finkenstein, sorry, has received 39 hits due to lack of supply. See, that that annoys me to no end. Shit. That's just not right. We're gonna, I guess, go to Koenigsberg. See, they're gonna be. He's a 1-star. He's a 2-star. He's a 3-star. But he's probably not moving. Takes him 43 days. See, that's just crap. I don't get the supply situation in this game. It's just not right. Reinforcements in Region Prague. Oh, hey. I got a, I guess a garrison unit for Prague. Well, and the one thing that this does over here is if, that's probably why the Russians haven't moved. Because they probably have no supply either in their depot. And they probably know that even if they take Koenigsberg, they're not going to have any supply. So that's probably why the Russians haven't attacked. In a way that makes me feel good, but in a way it kind of makes me also kind of disappointed. I wish the game was better at that. These are all 1-stars. That guy's not ready. That guy. That's ready. Kleist's Grenadiers are ready. Yeah. So anyway, where's Root Canal? Good old Root Canal. What's he at? 568. Good grief. I knew I shouldn't have taken him out. No, still no supply. Back to Russia. Back to Munster. Might as well not do that. Might as well go there. Just doesn't make sense. It really does not. All right. Let's see. We moved him. We plotted him. He is not moving with them for some reason. Oh, I think it said he was still with the Koenigsberg army. So he's now with the Nord army. That's why. And that's about it for that turn. Really not much going on right now, but can't really do too much when it's snowing and we don't really have much chance to do anything else. I have enough money to possibly build some troops, and I really need some troops, I think. So I'm going to build what is that? What is that called? Oh, it has grenadiers, and it also has trained infantry. It's pretty nice. Movement heavy infantry. So yeah, when they build up, we can use them to strengthen up some forces. Still want to look at what I'm doing with this Heinrich von Preußen. They're all out of supply, aren't they? Shit. By the time he gets to Kohlberg, that whole army is going to be completely gone. Is that the way they're doing to even it out? Because I really didn't need to lose those forces. If I'd known the supply situation was going to be that bad, I wouldn't have put him up there in the first place. Okay. Well, thank you very much for watching my Let's Play. This is episode 14. I'm Gilmer, and I will see you next time. Thanks a lot.